There are 3 calls ahead of you in the queue. There are 3 calls ahead of you in the queue. There are 2 calls ahead of you in the queue. There are 2 calls ahead of you in the queue.
Shock.
There are 1 calls ahead of you in the queue. There are 1 calls ahead of you in the queue. There are 1 calls ahead of you in the queue. Police Infringement Bureau, Tash speaking.
G'day Tash, how are you?
Thanks, how are you?
Not too bad. I'll give you a reference number, shall I?
Yeah, is it the notice number?
The PC number?
Yeah, that's great, yep.
Yep. Link to both.
Fine, can I just grab your name and date of birth, please?
Well, I'm commonly known as Mark. My date of birth is only hearsay, but to the best of my knowledge, I've been told it was around.
Brilliant. Excellent, yep, here we go. How can I help with this one?
I'm just wondering what's happening with them.
Just a quick look. Oh, I see, rushing in.
There was a time limit on the New Zealand Police Infringement Bureau to get back to me, which has now passed, so hence the query.
Okay. It looks like we did send you a letter on the 5th of September, but it's not showing
I haven't received any. Oh, in September I think I received a couple of reminder notices.
Yeah, but they would have had a...
But I sent a letter out on the 27th of August anyway, so...
So, but might put me through to one of our officers who's dealing with it.
Okay.
Or one of them, I'm saying.
Thank you.
Peter speaking, how can I help?
Yeah, hi Peter.
Yes.
I've been put through to you from the last lady.
Yes, how can I help you?
I was just wondering what's happening with the infringements.
That notice.
Yes. And there is...
Okay, this one seems been rejected on the 5th of September.
What does rejected mean?
That your explanation was rejected.
It's not an explanation, it's a statement. I'm just asking for a proof of authority or a proof of contract. Legislations and acts require governed by consent, and I haven't consent or contracted to anything in regards to speed cameras.
You don't need to consent or go into contract. It's a speed fine.
Well, it's...
Anybody to give you out a speed fine.
Pardon?
There's no contract by the police to anybody to
New Zealand Police is a corporation. It's trying to lock me into a contract by getting me to voluntarily pay a speeding fine, which was done by a camera. There's no criminal intent. There's no injured party. There's no loss or fraud. So there's no injured party. And if you know the law, you know that statutes are only enforceable by law with given consent. Now, I did not consent to any contract saying that you guys can send me out a notice and charge me money, or should I say charge my legal fiction money. I mean, I'm a natural breathing human being. I don't have a name. I'm commonly known as Mark, of the family. The legal fiction was created the day I was born. It's called my birth certificate.
many people went to court with the same...
I'm happy to appear in court as an agent for Mark Doyle. I'll be bringing my birth certificate in, and if they want to question my birth certificate, they're welcome to.
By all means, just send us a letter, you request a court
I have already requested a court date, which is why I'm calling up now.
When did you request a court date?
Online, around the same time that I sent a letter back in on the 27th of August. Can I ask, who has denied the request? I mean, I can't believe that I'm actually being requested. I live under common law. I'm a free man on the land. I don't live under the government of New Zealand. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have no faith in the government. I haven't voted. I'm not a citizen of New Zealand. I'm a free man on the land. I was born in New Zealand. I have inalienable human rights, which, I mean, it's ridiculous to think that you guys can legislate freedoms. And I've sent in a notice of understanding and intended claim of right with my last letter, and that does not get to be declined by the New Zealand Police. You guys, as New Zealand Police, you're either a police constable or you're a police officer. If you're a police constable, then you are to uphold common law. You are sworn under oath, just as the judge is, to treat everybody equally. Are you still there?
Explain it. I'm here. You can explain it as much as you want to me.
Well, are you actually interested in listening? That's the thing. I mean, am I talking to... most people don't know. You're not taught this. You don't...
Beg your pardon?
You are not taught this, I'm sure. Do you understand what the difference...
No. You don't tell me you don't talk.
Do you understand the difference between an act and a law?
No.
Do you understand the difference between an act and a law, sir?
You can request a court hearing.
Sir, do you understand the difference between an act and a
You're
law?
not going to lecture me over the phone.
I am asking you a question, sir. You are a public servant, and you must answer questions of the public.
You can go to court with your...
Peter, I am asking you a question. Do you know the difference between a law and an act?
You want to lecture me now?
I'm asking you a question. That is not a lecture. Can you answer my question? A simple yes or no. Do you know the difference between a law and an act? Pardon?
Yes, I do.
Well, can you explain it to me? What is your understanding of what a law and an act is? Pardon? Rude man.